Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner were fixtures in the New York scene long before their political journey began with Donald Trump. Their backgrounds share striking similarities. Both were born into immense wealth, entered the family's real estate business, and faced the challenges associated with their father's controversies. However, Ivanka's integration into the Kushner family was not without its obstacles, particularly due to Kushner's parents. So, what's the dynamic like between Ivanka and her in-laws? Stay tuned to find out. Ivanka's in-laws have a similar background to her own family. Before delving into Ivanka Trump's intricate relationship with her in-laws, it's important to highlight the striking similarities between her family and the Kushner family. Donald Trump's rise to prominence in the New York real estate realm is well documented, with his wealth and influence casting a considerable shadow over the city's landscape. Similarly, Jared Kushner hails from a background with uncanny parallels, as his father, Charles Kushner, was also a titan in the New York real estate arena. However, unlike Donald's brash and intimidating approach to wielding power, Charles Kushner was known for his charm and suave demeanor. As the top real estate magnate in New Jersey, Charles amassed a staggering $2 billion empire, leveraging his Jewish Kennedy charisma to navigate the cutthroat world of real estate. Former employees attested to his impressive qualities, describing him as incredibly adept in his dealings. Nevertheless, there were warnings about crossing him, with reports of his tenacity in retaliating against perceived adversaries. Despite this, Charles boasted of his multifaceted success in various industries, including sports, insurance, banking, and energy, in an opinion column for The Washington Post, highlighting the breadth of his family's influence. Given their shared milieu and intersecting spheres of influence, it's no surprise that Ivanka and Jared's paths eventually converged. Like the Trumps, the Kushners have had their fair share of controversies. Before stepping into the White House, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner were already firmly established in their own right. Their families provided them with both political clout and substantial wealth. However, as is often the case with affluent families, controversies were not far behind. Both Ivanka and Jared found themselves navigating the complexities of their respective families' business dealings, which may have facilitated a level of understanding and empathy between them. Let's begin with Donald Trump. While many of his scandals came to light during his presidential campaign, some have deep roots in his business history. One notable incident is the racial housing discrimination scandal from the 1970s, which cast a shadow over Donald's real estate ventures. Then there's the infamous Trump University debacle, a stain on his reputation that's hard to forget. Additionally, reports of tenant intimidation tarnished Donald's real estate practices, and he faced numerous allegations of sexual assault. Turning to the Kushner family, Charles Kushner's real estate empire also faced its fair share of legal issues. His company was found to have violated several laws regarding tenant disputes, and a judge ruled that the real estate mogul had imposed deceptive fees on renters, according to ProPublica. In 2005, Charles was arrested and charged with 18 counts of tax evasion, as documented by the Chicago Tribune. These scandals and controversies, spanning generations and industries, undoubtedly shaped the environment in which Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner grew up. Charles Kushner is ferociously protective of his son. While Charles Kushner has 4 children, it's evident that Jared Kushner, his eldest, holds a special place in his heart as the chosen one to carry forward the family legacy. As highlighted by New York Magazine, following Charles's incarceration, Jared emerged as the fresh new face of the Kushner family. Even in professional matters, like the acquisition of the iconic 6666 Fifth Avenue, Jared's role as the torchbearer was apparent. Reflecting on their dynamic, Jared shared a lighthearted anecdote about an office dispute with his father, recalling, "The only fight we had. He wanted me to take this corner instead of him. I think it's the better view, but my father insisted." Their bond remains unshakable, with Jared expressing, "I speak with my father about everything in my life." Charles, in turn, exhibits a deep sense of protectiveness towards his son, especially in the face of media scrutiny. In a conversation with Gabriel Sherman, the author of the New York Magazine article, Charles implored, "Be nice to my son. We've been killed enough by the press. Just because I've been killed, don't kill him." However, amidst his protective nature, Charles showers Jared with praise, recognizing him as an exemplary son who stepped up during challenging times. "He was the best son to his father in jail," Charles remarked proudly. "The best son to his mother, who suffered terribly, and he was a father to his siblings." Interestingly, there's a parallel between the Kushner and Trump children. The New York Times observed, "Like Mr. Trump's children, Mr. Kushner was raised in a privileged environment." This observation leads to the intriguing question: how did Jared and Ivanka first cross paths? Ivanka and Jared first met over shared business interests. Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner's romantic journey began in the realm of business. Introduced through mutual friends within a real estate company, what was initially intended as a professional luncheon swiftly transitioned into a personal connection, as reported by Vogue. Their relationship commenced in 2007, and given their prominent family backgrounds, it didn't take long for their courtship to capture the attention of the media. The similarities between Ivanka and Jared were striking, further fueling public fascination. Both at the tender age of 25, they hailed from renowned families with fathers who often made headlines for their controversial actions. Moreover, both were deeply ingrained in the real estate industry and had already made their marks. Though it's worth noting that their family names undoubtedly afforded them a degree of privilege and influence. Reflecting on their serendipitous introduction, Ivanka fondly recalled the orchestrated lunch, emphasizing the innocent intentions of their friends who had hoped for a simple transactional interaction. "They very innocently set us up thinking that our only interest in one another would be transactional," she remarked to Vogue, adding humorously, "Whenever we see them, we're like, the best deal we ever made." The sentiment was echoed by others in their social circle. Kenneth Pasternak, a friend of the Kushner family, marveled at the fortuitous turn of events, quipping, "You send your kid to Harvard, you network him, and he marries Ivanka Trump. I mean, you couldn't write that script, right?" Indeed, their union seemed like something out of a storybook. However, before they could embark on their journey to wedded bliss, Ivanka and Jared faced some unexpected challenges that originated from the Kushner parents. The Kushner parents were horrified at the match. Despite being seen as a perfect match by many, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner's relationship faced opposition from Jared's parents, Charles and Cyril Kushner. In Vicky Ward's book, Kushner, Inc., published in 2019, it's revealed that Jared's parents were horrified by the relationship, primarily due to their dismay at the prospect of their son marrying outside their faith. According to Ward, this idea was particularly offensive to Cyril, who had deeply instilled the closed conservative Jewish culture in her children. Jared, raised in the modern Orthodox tradition, lived a life where adherence to religious customs was paramount, even while navigating the secular world. In this context, Cyril Kushner, Jared's mother, reportedly advised him to distance himself from his relationship with Ivanka. Interestingly, it suggested that the Trumps may not have been entirely thrilled with Ivanka's choice either. During his presidency, Donald Trump allegedly expressed multiple times that he could have had Tom Brady as a son-in-law instead of Jared Kushner, according to the New York Times. While there's no evidence of Ivanka and Brady being romantically involved, this sentiment highlights that both families harbored reservations about the relationship at some point. Jared and Ivanka broke up briefly over religion. Amidst the challenges and familial pressures surrounding their relationship, Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump briefly parted ways. With Charles Kushner's considerable influence over Jared, their relationship faced significant hurdles. Dating Ivanka meant navigating a minefield of family expectations and cultural differences. The deeply ingrained religious and cultural values of the Kushner family played a pivotal role in Jared's life. Even during his college years at Harvard, his commitment to his family and faith was unmistakable. According to The New Yorker, Jared's devoutness was evident in his daily calls to his parents and adherence to kosher dining on Fridays. The Kushner family's desire for Jared to marry within the Jewish faith clashed with Ivanka's Presbyterian upbringing, characterized by her occasional wearing of a cross during her youth. This disconnect led to Jared and Ivanka's temporary split in 2008. However, fate intervened just 3 months later when they crossed paths at a party hosted by Wendy Deng Murdoch, former wife of media mogul Rupert Murdoch. Neither Ivanka nor Jared anticipated their reunion at the event, but this unexpected encounter reignited their connection. Yet, despite their reconciliation, Ivanka still had a journey ahead of her to gain acceptance from the Kushner parents. Charles Kushner put Ivanka to the test. In her commitment to her relationship with Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump made the pivotal decision to convert to Judaism. Understanding that it was essential for their long-term compatibility, Ivanka embarked on a journey of spiritual exploration under the guidance of Rabbi Haskel Lukstein at Congregation Kehilath Jeshurun on East 85th Street. Ivanka expressed her enthusiasm for the experience, describing it as amazing and fulfilling. She humorously acknowledged her New Yorker roots and involvement in real estate, quipping, "I'm as close to Jewish, with an ISH naturally, as anyone can start off." Despite Ivanka's dedication, winning over Charles Kushner, Jared's father, proved to be no easy feat. Bob Sommer, the publicist for the Kushner companies, shed light on Charles's stringent standards for Ivanka's conversion. According to Sommer, Charles imposed rigorous tests, emphasizing the seriousness and depth of the process. It wasn't a mere formality, it was a significant commitment that Ivanka had to undertake on Charlie's terms. Sarah Kushner, Jared's mother, also took her time warming up to the idea. It wasn't until Ivanka demonstrated unwavering determination and sincerity that the Kushners began to accept her as one of their own. Finally, in 2009, after Ivanka had proven her dedication, the Kushners embraced her fully into their family. Jared sealed their commitment with a stunning 5.22-carat diamond engagement ring, marking a significant milestone in Ivanka's relationship with her new family. How things changed for the better with their wedding. After weathering through a tumultuous dating period, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner sealed their love with a grand wedding ceremony on October 25, 2009. Held at the prestigious Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, NJ, the event was nothing short of opulent, boasting a guest list of 500 attendees, as reported by Vogue. More than just a lavish celebration, the wedding symbolized a significant turning point in Ivanka's relationship with her in-laws. Following the rigorous conversion process Ivanka underwent to embrace Judaism, Charles Kushner, Jared's father, surprised many with his warmth and acceptance at the wedding. Allegedly, he delivered a heartfelt speech expressing his initial concerns and subsequent realization of Ivanka's genuine love for his son. A guest at the wedding shared the essence of Charles's speech with Esquire, highlighting his acknowledgement of Ivanka's devotion to Jared and his family, which ultimately eased his reservations. Both Charles and Sarah Kushner appeared genuinely delighted with the union. In Vicky Ward's book, Kushner, Inc., Bob Summers, the family's publicist, emphasized the couple's profound approval of Ivanka. According to Summers, by the time of the wedding, Charles and Sarah were effusive in their praise for their new daughter-in-law. Ivanka not only surpassed the expectations set by Charles, but also succeeded in charming him. With the wedding day marking a momentous occasion, Ivanka was formally embraced as a cherished member of the Kushner family. Ivanka had a very close relationship with her brother-in-law, Joshua Kushner. When Ivanka Trump's brother-in-law, Joshua Kushner, entered the picture, it seemed like a natural progression for their relationship to flourish. As siblings-in-law, they were close in age and shared similar values, which often strengthened familial bonds. Joshua's perspective on his relationship with Ivanka sheds light on their camaraderie. In a revealing interview with Forbes in 2017, Joshua expressed a deep connection with Ivanka, likening her to the sibling he had always wished for. He went further, issuing the conventional sister-in-law title in favor of simply referring to her as his sister. Despite their tight-knit relationship, what surprised many was Joshua's political stance. He identified as a Democrat. Joshua's political affiliation didn't come as a shock to those who knew him well. In the same interview, he candidly acknowledged his alignment with liberal values and his support for political leaders who championed similar ideologies. However, he emphasized the importance of maintaining an open mind and being receptive to differing opinions, suggesting a nuanced approach to politics that transcended party lines. Despite political strains, Ivanka attended Josh Kushner and Karlie Kloss's wedding. As evident from recent events, Josh Kushner's political views starkly contrast with those of his brother, Jared Kushner, and sister-in-law Ivanka Trump. Despite their differing ideologies, when it came time for Josh to walk down the aisle, he found a life partner who shared his liberal politics, supermodel Karlie Kloss. Their wedding, a star-studded affair, attracted a myriad of celebrities and A-list guests, including the likes of Kendall Jenner and Gwyneth Paltrow. Despite the political disparities, Ivanka and Jared attended the ceremony, extending their support to the newlyweds. Josh and Karlie's wedding was a lavish affair, adorned with the glitz and glamour befitting their celebrity status. Amidst the festivities, Ivanka took to Twitter to convey her heartfelt wishes to the couple, commenting on one of Karlie's posts with a message of love and well wishes. "So much love for you both as you begin forever together," Ivanka wrote, accompanied by a heart emoji. However, despite Ivanka's seemingly genuine gesture, it failed to dispel lingering rumors of tension within the family. Instead of reassuring fans, Ivanka's message inadvertently sparked further debate and skepticism. One Twitter user responded cynically, casting doubt on the authenticity of Ivanka's sentiment. "I would say this is the poor version's Ivanka and Jared, but I like them more than I like you, and I don't know anything about them," the commenter remarked. Karlie Kloss made Ivanka Trump seem much more likable in the Kushners' eyes. Vicky Ward, in her book Kushner, Inc., sheds light on the sentiments surrounding Kloss's integration into the family. Despite her efforts to bridge the gap, the fissure between the Kushners and Kloss remained evident even after the wedding. Ward notes that Charles and Cyril Kushner confessed to a friend that they had not been actively involved in the wedding planning process, signaling a lingering sense of unease. Interestingly, the juxtaposition of Ivanka Trump and Karlie Kloss within the family dynamic inadvertently enhanced Ivanka's standing in the eyes of the Kushners. Ward reveals that if anyone pointed out the apparent double standard in their treatment of Kloss versus Ivanka, the Kushners had a ready explanation. They viewed Ivanka as different, citing her status as a Trump and her background in real estate, which aligned closely with Jared's own trajectory. Moreover, Ivanka's education at the prestigious University of Pennsylvania further distinguished her from Kloss, who hailed from a different background and had not pursued higher education at the time of her relationship with Josh. Ivanka Trump's complicated relationship with Karlie Kloss. Despite being officially integrated into the inner circle of the Kushner family, Ivanka Trump's relationship with her sister-in-law, Karlie Kloss, has been marked by complexity. While Ivanka and Jared Kushner attended Kloss's wedding to Josh Kushner, as reported by People, the dynamic between the two women has been influenced by their differing political views. Kloss's vocal alignment with the Democratic Party created tension with Ivanka and Jared. both of whom assumed prominent roles in Donald Trump's White House. On an episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Kloss addressed this issue when Cohen inquired about her political alignment with the family. Kloss responded diplomatically, acknowledging that she might not be alone in disagreeing with her family on political matters, revealing that she voted as a Democrat in both the 2016 and 2020 elections. Despite the political divide, Ivanka has made attempts to extend an olive branch to Kloss through social media. In March 2019, Ivanka posted a supportive video on Twitter of Kloss hosting Project Runway, praising her accomplishment. However, Kloss did not acknowledge this gesture, and notably, she does not follow Ivanka on Twitter or Instagram. Following the riot at the U.S. Capitol building in January 2021, Kloss took to Twitter to express her views, directing a message at Donald Trump regarding the importance of accepting the results of a legitimate Democratic election. In response to a comment urging her to convey the message to her sister-in-law and brother-in-law, Kloss cryptically replied, "I've tried," hinting at the challenges in bridging the ideological divide within the family dynamic. What did the Kushners think of Trump in the White House? Before their prominent roles as senior advisors in the Trump administration, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner were already well-known figures due to their family's wealth and influence. However, it was their time in the White House that thrust them into the political spotlight on a grand scale. But what did the Kushners themselves think of Donald Trump's presidency? Charles Kushner, in particular, offered insights into his perspective on Trump's leadership. In a 2018 interview with The Real Deal, he disclosed his evolving political stance, revealing that while he had been a Democrat in the past, he no longer felt aligned with either major party. Expressing disillusionment with the contemporary Democratic Party's positions on certain issues, Kushner hinted at a potential shift toward registering as an independent. Despite his political ambivalence, Charles Kushner didn't withhold praise for Trump's presidency. He commended Trump's leadership, acknowledging that it might be controversial to express support for the president, but affirming his belief in Trump's capabilities. This sentiment was echoed in Trump's decision to pardon Kushner in 2020, a move that recognized Kushner's philanthropic endeavors since completing his sentence in 2006. However, Kushner's perspective on Trump's leadership wasn't without nuance. In the aftermath of the Capitol riots in 2021, Kushner indicated a recognition of the complexities surrounding Trump's actions, characterizing them as beyond our control. Donald Trump pardoned Jared's father, Charlie Kushner. Presidential pardons often serve as a contentious topic, reflecting the values and priorities of an outgoing administration. In the case of Donald Trump, his utilization of the pardon power raised eyebrows, diverging from traditional practices. While some pardons aim to rectify miscarriages of justice, Trump's approach often leaned towards pardoning political allies or those with personal connections. Among the recipients of Trump's clemency was Charles Kushner, father of Ivanka Trump's husband, Jared Kushner. Charles found himself entangled in a web of legal troubles, facing charges of tax evasion and illegal campaign contributions. His case, overseen by former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie during his tenure as a U.S. attorney, left a sour taste, with Christie labeling it as one of the most repugnant crimes he prosecuted. The nature of Charles Kushner's offenses added a layer of intrigue to his pardon. Allegations surfaced regarding a vindictive plot involving hiring a sex worker to entrap his brother-in-law, who was cooperating with federal authorities. This pardon, intertwined with familial connections, sparked debates regarding the ethics and motivations behind Trump's pardoning decisions. Critics viewed it as a case of nepotism or favoritism, while supporters pointed to Charles Kushner's purported rehabilitation as justification. Where does Ivanka sit now with her in-laws? Amidst their whirlwind courtship and their consequential tenure in the White House, Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump have leaned on the unwavering support of Charles and Cyril Kushner. Their bond as a family was evident during Jared and Ivanka's time living in Washington, D.C. throughout Donald Trump's presidency. Reports from the Daily Mail shed light on moments when Charles and Cyril visited their son, daughter-in-law, and grandchildren, painting a picture of familial closeness and affection. Following the Trump family's departure from the White House in the wake of Joe Biden's inauguration in January 2021, they relocated to Florida. Ivanka and Jared settled into a luxurious $24 million mansion in Indian Creek, as reported by The Real Deal. It appears that Charles and Cyril continue to maintain a close relationship with the young family, often visiting them in their new Florida residence. The South China Morning Post revealed that Jared's parents own a home in Florida and frequently spend time there to be near their son, daughter-in-law, and grandchildren. This proximity underscores the depth of their familial bond and their commitment to supporting one another. A significant aspect of Ivanka's connection with the Kushner family is her steadfast embrace of the Jewish faith. Contrary to any speculation suggesting otherwise, Ivanka's active involvement in Jewish religious practices goes beyond mere obligation. She frequently shares glimpses of her family's observance of Jewish traditions on social media platforms like Instagram, showcasing moments such as her children lighting the menorah. Did Ivanka and Jared choose his parents over the Trumps? Despite their geographic proximity in Florida, it seems that Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner's family dynamic with Donald Trump has undergone significant changes. While one might assume frequent family gatherings, reports suggest otherwise. Ivanka, Jared, and their children appear to spend more time with Jared's parents, Charlie and Cyril Kushner, than with the Trump family. The rift between Jared Kushner and Donald Trump became apparent following their departure from Washington, D.C. after the tumultuous end of Trump's presidency. As detailed by the Daily Beast, the once close relationship between father-in-law and son-in-law deteriorated, leading to a notable estrangement. Notably, Jared was notably absent from Donald Trump's inner circle during the latter's political comeback, indicating a significant shift in their dynamic. Multiple sources confirmed the growing divide between the two influential figures. While this strained relationship may have strained ties between Ivanka and her father, it has seemingly strengthened the bond between the Kushner grandparents and their grandchildren. Charlie and Cyril Kushner have reportedly been spending considerable time with Ivanka, Jared, and their 3 children, Arabella, Joseph, and Theodore. A recent sighting captured them enjoying a leisurely stroll in Florida together, highlighting the closeness between the Kushner grandparents and their grandchildren amid the evolving family dynamics. Why Ivanka and Jared stood the test of time. Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner's journey is undeniably fascinating, evolving beyond its early challenges into a partnership that appears remarkably harmonious, regardless of external political perceptions. Despite facing scrutiny, particularly from Ivanka's end, their compatibility is evident, transcending any political lens. A striking parallel exists between Jared's relationship with his father, Charles Kushner, and Ivanka's bond with her father, Donald Trump. Charles's unwavering support and grooming of Jared to inherit the Kushner empire mirror Donald's favoritism towards Ivanka. The New Yorker even boldly asserts that Ivanka is unequivocally Donald's favorite among his children. Moreover, both Ivanka and Jared share a profound skepticism towards the media. Jared's aversion to press interaction is well documented, as he has made it clear that he prefers to keep a low profile. Similarly, Ivanka's early encounters with the media, notably following her parents' divorce, instilled in her a deep sense of wariness. Her experience, as she recounted to GQ in 2007, taught her the importance of guarding her privacy and trusting only a select few. As the complexities of family dynamics continue to unfold, one can't help but wonder about the future of Ivanka Trump's relationship with her in-laws. Will tensions between the Kushner and Trump families ease over time, or will they persist amidst differing political views and personal rifts? What are your thoughts on the evolving dynamics between Ivanka Trump and her in-laws? Share your comments below to let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content about Ivanka's journey within the Kushner family circle. See you in the next video.